Good morning and welcome everyone to the 2025 ACC Tip-Off Q&A. Boston College, welcome to the stage. With me, we have head coach Joanna Barnaby-McNamee. We have Lily Kumari, as well as Kaya Henderson. Good morning. First of all, you guys finished 16 wins, WBIT, both a year ago. You've got 11 new faces. Of those, 6 transfers. And I think most importantly, in 5 of your 7 previous years, your team has exceeded preseason expectations. And I feel like looking at the roster, this might be one of those years again, because a lot of new exciting faces. Can you kind of give us a preview of the season?
Yeah, I think that, this team has really embraced that underdog mentality. We have a lot of unselfish players that are also working extremely hard. And I think when you have hard workers that can give of themselves and be great teammates, and they really bought into playing together as one, I think that we could surprise some people this year.
Coach Mac, can you just talk about, we're in a very different era now of recruiting. You obviously went to the portal and got some big pickups. But how do you and your staff balance portal versus traditional high school or junior college recruiting?
Yeah, I think that Boston College is an unbelievable academic institution. So it really does feed off of bringing in high school players that can really thrive. And I love to coach players for as long as possible. But I also think there's a need for transfers that can come in and make a difference as older and more players with more experience. So I think having that nice blend has been a good thing for our team this year. And the way they have a great chemistry on the floor and off the floor with each other, they've really embraced all being new and playing this game together.
Sometimes we focus on as the next season rolls around what we have to be better at. Right? But what was that area that you thought your team did really well at that you're looking to build upon?
I think that last year we did a really good job of approaching each game just as that game and looking at it, not looking ahead. And I think that's something that this year's team is really going to do as well. Like, don't worry about the next game or the game after that. Let's just control the controllable and worry about today, right? And one thing I love about this team is we have some really good shooters, and we have, like I said, unselfish players that can spread the floor. And I think whenever you put that together in women's basketball, you can have a
Kyle, you have your own podcast.
Yes.
The Pen of Her. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay. What was the genesis behind this podcast, and what's been your greatest takeaway from it?
So what really started it is me and my obviously friend Penny Griffin. We just wanted to find something to do in the summer, really, because we were just honestly bored and just had nothing to do. We were like, let's just create a podcast. Because I was doing an internship at the time with the marketing department, so I was like, this would be such a great idea. And just the basis was, I just wanted to empower women. So I got to interview a few of my old teammates, a few women's sports. It's just great hearing their stories, and I wanted that to be the main story, is like them telling their stories, giving them a platform to share whatever they want to share, and just, continue to put women on the map. So I just thought it's just a really empowering way to tell our story.
Any chance I can get an invite?
Of course.
Lily, tell me why BC.
Honestly, I had a really quick turnaround when BC reached out to me to when I actually was here. What really sold me was the coaching staff and honestly the culture that they were trying to build. Obviously, a family environment is something that's sold everywhere, but being a part of the BC and the girls is something that's unlike no other. It just really, I think, a sense of community and kind of doing everything together, whether it's the highs and the lows. I think we'll be a really resilient team this year, just based on that.
Okay, she brought up family, and as long as I've known her as a coach, very much about the culture and family atmosphere. What is it that makes Coach Mac so special as a head coach?
Oh my gosh, just as you said, I mean, she's a mom, and I feel like as soon as I got here, I was like, this is like a second mom to me. Just her energy.
You don't hit mom, to be correct.
I don't hit mom. Oh, of course, I just said. But yeah, just the energy and culture she brings to the program is just something I'll never want to leave once I graduate, and it just brings us all together in a way I've never felt before. That's why we have such a great culture and just an instant team chemistry this year.
I can't believe I'm saying this. John, you're now one of the more veteran coaches in the ACC. Can you just speak to what makes the coaching in this league so special and unique?
Yeah, I think that everybody has their own style. They're all, I mean, the ACC is the pinnacle of coaching, and they're all good people as well. So I think in the ACC, the coaches have a lot of respect for each other, a lot of respect for the game, and they all want to see, like Kaya's podcast, women really excel and be at the forefront of our platform. So they're definitely, you know, Boston College, we talk about being men learning for others, and I think that's the way our coaching staff, the staffs are in the ACC.
Well, you're Extra Butler, but you've got a ton of international experience. Is there anything specific in the international play that you're like, I'm ready for the ACC?
Honestly, being a development player in the WNBL was something that is an incredible experience and once in a lifetime. I was able to play against some WNBA stars like Jordan Canada and Naz Hillman and Tiffany Mitchell. So being able to play against them in training every day and being able to be in that professional environment has really, I guess, helped break me and helped me embrace what's to come with the ACC.
Kaya, you got a master's in sports administration, but what's the career goal?
I really want to get into sports broadcasting, so this is great practice. Good to learn from you. Yeah, that's always been a dream of mine, is just watching Holly Rowe and just these amazing women in the field. Yeah.
Joanne, heavy question here. Which church in the ACC gives out the best Halloween candy?
I don't know, but I've got Walls, Coach Walls. I bet he gives out like toothpaste.
Here was the crab, not the fish.
Not minty flavored either, right? I'll make sure to tell them that. Ladies, obviously a lot of tradition in the ACC as far as players. Is there anyone that you've modeled your game after that played in the ACC, or just someone you've looked up to that played in the ACC?
So I grew up near Syracuse, New York, so I really loved watching Tiana and Tahia, and I can probably say better than that. She was always such a role model to me. I even got the chance to play with her. And yeah, just gets emotional too because she was that impactful for me. And yeah, she's so sad.
I kind of have to agree. I think, honestly, she was such a powerful woman in sport in general. She definitely brought that back to Australia from where I'm from. So being able to see kind of the ripple effect that she's had on just younger little girls and kind of everyone who's within that realm as well.
I'll ask you, as a former coach in the ACC, is there anyone that you kind of look up to?
Oh, geez. Coaching wise, there are so many great ones to look up to. You know, Coach McGraw is an amazing coach. Of course, I look up to, and I think the things that Neil does with her team, I know they both with Notre Dame there, but I think Tyler Vanderveer and now watching Kate kind of fill in those shoes. I mean, the ACC through the course of since I've been here just has so many people like a lot of times I'm just honored to be in the room and be amongst those names because it is so impressive.
Is there, I'll start with players, is there a teammate
but
that
the
right now you
thing is that
think people don't know about, but by
because
ACC
it's so
action, everyone's going to talk about?
long
Kind of start with you.
used.
I think you're going to hear the name Amir Anderson a lot. Just the energy she brings every single day, her ability to work so hard. She's a freshman coming in, so I feel like she's going to make a statement right away. And just, you know, she's such a great teammate, and I just think that's a really important thing for the ACC especially.
I think a lot of our freshmen will make a huge impact this year, for sure. I'm just seeing them in practice every day and the hard work that they put in and the energy they bring and the obviously the skill set and the talent. I think they'll make a huge splash this year. Coaching.
I was going to say, if you ask me, like, oh, who is the best player on your team, I would say our team. And I think that's something that's very special about them is that any given night, somebody different will step up. There's no doubt in my mind, and I'm excited to watch how it goes.
All right, Kyle, start with you. Just one word answer when I say, or what comes to mind when I say ACC women's basketball.
Competitive.
Talent.
Intense.
Thank you, Boston College, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.